Welcome back to the Crypto Power Hour, the number one crypto show on Rumble, of course, powered by our friends at Solum Global, with your host, G. Ballantine. That's the big George, and of course, myself, Lance Miliaccio, the Crypto Brothers. It's how we do it. And of course, what is this? Ultimate deep dive into everything crypto, blockchain, and decentralized finance. And I don't care whether you're a seasoned investor or a newbie just stepping into the world of digital assets for the very first time. We're going to bring you expert insights, top interviews, exciting new projects, breaking news, and game-changing innovation shaping the future of digital finance. Why? Because on this show, in crypto, we trust, baby. George B. What's shaking, bacon? What's going on there, man? What's up with that 7 a.m. Wednesday morning New Jersey weather? You kind of beat. You didn't get the big snowstorm the last one. You thought you were going to get another round of snow, right?
What do you mean? We got that second big snowstorm.
But there was one
after that we didn't get nothing. It's just,
yeah, that one passed you by. That's good. It's good.
Not even one passes by. I think it just it didn't even show up like it. You know, they call it in the beginning like a week before, and then the weather, things change and everything. Now I'm gonna look at the weather because I'm gonna see if you just jinxed me, bro. If you did, we're gonna have a problem. I don't know. It kind of had like freezing rain today, kind of like where I had to pop 2 Tylenol because of the aches and pains.
Yeah, that can happen.
I mean, it's still raining
right in my joints.
It's still raining. Well, it was raining last night. And yeah.
What do you got?
It's cloudy right now, but they say it's going to be 50 degrees today.
All right, well, that's good.
But then tomorrow rain. And tomorrow it's going to rain.
It's a little cloudy and warm here, It's weird. It's weird weather. We did have some coldish rain earlier, and that kind of went away, so I don't know what that was all about, but all right, now listen, if you like this show, you know what to do. Thumbs up, comment, share. If you can do the paid subscription for $5 a month, please support the show. Support us. If you like the show enough, throw us a Rumble Rant tip or tip us in crypto. George is still trying to get those 10 Bitcoin for a tip. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Man, I'll just take one or half for some Satoshi at this point in my life.
Yeah, we'll take some.
Whatever, man.
That's it. We're pushing. We'll take whatever we have. We'll take it happily. We don't like to complain a lot.
The struggle is real.
Struggle is real. I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit to try to get centered there. All right. Listen, just really quickly, though, if you like this show, of course, we're 7 a.m. Wednesdays and Fridays. Hit that notification button, hit the follow button, get in the chat, get in the comments, help propel us up at Rumble, do what you can. Now, also, we have the regular Big Mig show, of course, variety show. We get all kinds of interviews and top guests. We cover, political content. We cover health content. We do MMA. We do, special forces. You name it, we do it, right? We do everybody on that show. So check that out. It's 11 a.m. If you haven't seen it, you might like it. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. on Rumble, our home base. You can also find us on Locals and YouTube. And of course, don't forget, we also have a new show in the Big Mig Media lineup, On the Rocks. Those guys are doing a great show, very much like a Barstool Sports. You got the head guy there, ex-MLB, John Rocker, if you know him for social media. He's a
ex-MLB pitcher, yep.
Yeah, and what time, George, are there official times?
Well, it was 7 p.m. Wednesdays and Fridays, but I know Wednesdays is staying the same. I don't know if they're changing Friday to Saturday. You know what? I'll find out. I'll find out today when we record the show tonight. If you
hit the follow button here, you can hit the follow button on the Big Mig, and you hit the follow button on the Rock show. Great guys. We love them. We're happy to have them as part of the Big Mig Media family. We're excited about the show. I think it's an exciting part of the lineup. All right. We like to do our education pieces on this show. We give you top news, but George does this incredible job. He lines out these education pieces. Sometimes they're kind of tied into new stuff. This next one is kind of like that, but I think it's exciting because everybody out there was panicked. I saw it online as soon as they announced, Iran, the war started, the kinetic event started.
Wait a minute. You did this last show too. You're skipping over the sponsor, the gold, bro, the silver, the gold.
I guess
I can't let you do it. You know why? Because you're taking away my singing in the first thing in the morning. You want me to sing or not?
That's it. I want you to sing.
All right, then. Get with it. Get with the program, Lance Migliaccio. Go.
All right, let's get to it. Of course, we're talking about gold and silver. It's part of a diversified and safe portfolio. Not financial advice, just good sound advice coming from a couple of guys from back east. It's the Prepper Bar I'm holding up, the 62.2 gram Prepper Bar, perforated, as you can see, which means easily broken down. You can snap off a small piece to make a payment. You don't have to chop off a piece of a 1 ounce gold or silver coin if you have some of these in your stash. I recommend you do. And of course, why? Well, because they're available in gold and silver. You'll love that. And they come with an assay report. That means you're not getting any counterfeit gold out of Genesis Gold Group. These guys have been in the business for decades. So why take a chance? Go to the experts, right? That's what we believe. And I don't care whether it's for diversification or asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or of course, in the case of the Prepper Bar, it's a very unique ability to barter and trade. Perfect gift. George loves them. I love them. I guarantee your kids will love them. Gold and silver, who doesn't love it at these prices? So holidays, birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, Christmas, Hanukkah, I don't care. Anywhere of them. You head over to thebigmigbar.com. They've got them in stock right now. I checked before the show. The gold and silver are in stock. Use all caps Prepper, P-R-E-P-P-E-R. That's P-R-E-P-P-E-R. That'll get your promo code 10% off on the silver, 5% off on the gold. You can go to thebigmigbar.com. You can type it in if you want to, or you can use that QR code. Take a snapshot, go there after the show, pick a few up, stick them in the gun safe, stick them in the safety deposit box, and forget about them. You got them. I still have gold and silver from when I was a kid. So I'm telling you, get over to thebigmigbar.com, all caps Prepper.
Break me off a piece of that Prepper Bar. And guess what?
What?
Gold is trading at 5,100 and change, and silver's at 82.77 and whatever change. So
still looking good. Still looking good. I think there's going to be more upside. We'll see what happens. Of course, the stock market's kind of taking some hits right now. Not crazy. It recovered some of its early dip. But of course, with oil, you know, that ties into everything. They're saying that the Strait of Hormuz closes up. And now Iran has declared jihad on the United States. They just made a formal announcement about it. It's all over social media if you didn't catch it not too long ago.
Let me ask you a question. Who in Iran? Did we just killed all their leaders, and then the leaders that picked a new leader, they all got killed yesterday morning? I mean, who?
Maybe whoever's posted on social media. Of course, they say there's a lot of sleeper cells.
Oh, you mean the Iran social media manager? That's who's doing it. Just trying to make him. He's trying to keep his job right now. Maybe trying to.
Yeah. Hey, listen, the social media manager could be the next Ayatollah Khomeini if he's the only one left.
I'll be honest with you. If I was Iranian and they were like thinking about, let's say I was there, no, don't pick me. I don't want to die.
Yeah, exactly. I do not want to be Khomeini. No Khomeini for me. All right. I don't think I did a very good accent there, but whatever. All right. Let's dig in. I know why you're here. You're here for crypto. You're here for the education. You're here for George Ballantyne's rugged good looks. Here we are, navigating the minefield of geopolitical events in the crypto world. It's how we do it. We're rolling deep. You know, and you've seen it, right? You've seen the excessive reactions, Middle East war, Trump's tariffs. What do? They ignite chaos. How? Well, you know, of course, you see Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana, OKB. They survived the dips. And a lot of people are saying they could skyrocket to new highs, but we have to teach you how to react to the news out there. Because, you know, the stock market reacts violently. Oh, we got to sell. Oh, we're going to go long on oil. We're going to go short on this. We're going to blah, blah, blah. So quickly. And, you know, again, we're buying whole, guys. We don't really react because we're looking at crypto for the long term, George and I. But look, it's, over the weekend, you saw it all happen. U.S. and Israel strikes hammered Iran. They killed the supreme leader right out of the gate. That triggered a bunch of missile barrages and drone attacks on U.S. embassies and a full-blown, regional escalation. Oil spiked. It went up 13% immediately, up to 85 a barrel. Strait of Hormuz shutdown fears. Oh, my God, they're going to shut down. Of course, global stocks tanked 2 to 3%. In crypto, it took a hit to begin with. Because Bitcoin dipped, and of course, as Bitcoin dips, everything dips. Ethereum dropped below 1,900. Bitcoin went below 63,000. XRP to 130. Solana under 80. OKB to 74. But then they rebounded hard, right? With Bitcoin back over 68,000. Ethereum pushing 2,000. And all the others, they followed suit. It all happened. You guys saw it. I mean, for people that are watching. And then you hear, all of a sudden, and add in Trump's tariff turmoil, right? You get this on top of the Iran stuff. Supreme Court struck down his old ones. Of course, what did he do? He came right out of the gate, figured another legal way to do it. And him and Scott Bessent, he slapped on 10 to 15% global hikes. All the countries that had negotiated a deal now are like, what's going to happen? And of course, short-term crypto volatility kicked in. Markets feared trade wars. But the viral angle, geopolitical shocks, they're not destroying the top cryptos. They're highlighting their resilience. And really they're a hedge against chaos, in my opinion. Arthur Hayes just came out, George, I don't know if you caught this, calling for Bitcoin to hit 250K this year and 750K in 2027. Is he right? I've got no idea. I hope he's right. The Fed prints to fund the war machine. And today we're diving deep into how these 4 tokens, really 5 of them, navigated this meth with real-time strategies. We want you to think about volatility as maybe an opportunity. There's lots of historical parallels. And of course, this could actually fuel the volatility, the geopolitical events could fuel the next big rally. So here we are. Let's talk about some of the initial sell-offs. I think there's some key takeaways here, George. We got to point out to the audience. Talk about the reaction of what happened and kind of where it went.
All right. Well, listen. Yeah. Always when there's something controversy, you know, people get afraid. Oil, this and that. Oh, they do sell-offs. I mean, they do hit us hard, but we always bounce back. We always recover. It's just, I don't know. Why you get scared, people? Don't. Like I say, Bitcoin dropped 4 to 5%. That's crazy. Then it bounced back to 68,000. You know who makes money with that? Anybody that has blocktrustira.com. And I'll get to that later, but remember that.
Volatility,
they love volatility. It's crazy. Ethereum fell to 1850, but it's back up 2,000. XRP, even with its cross-border focus, it dipped to 130. But it held. It's coming back. Solana, OKBs, you know, same thing. Sure, dropped 6 to 8%, but everything's climbing back up. But let me give you guys a psychology tip. Hold on, let me put a little graph up here. Let me give you a psychology tip because you know I'm a psych major, right? This teaches emotional discipline. I'm going to teach you emotional discipline. Resist the urge to panic sell during dips and instead zoom out. Because look at the data right there. It's showing 80% of crypto recoveries happen within 48 hours of shocks. So train your mind by journaling trades. I mean, shit, write down your fear level on a 1 to 10 scale and review how rebounds validate patience. Man, be patient. Don't be afraid. Lance and George are here for you. We're going to keep you up to date on the news. Don't believe all the hype, man. It's not worth it. Now, I mean, you should have known. Listen, everybody should have known we were going to. The Iran conflict was happening. Just when Trump started sending ships, you're not going to just send ships for no reason. And then bringing 2 aircraft carriers and more. Come on, man. You people are smarter than that. But anyway, if you want up-to-date news and political news, just watch the Big May Show. It's on 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, Eastern Time. But Iran announcements, right? I'm in Crypto Impact. So we have, I think it was February 28th at 12, I think it's UTC time. I don't know. Based on aggregated data from the news reports and X posts, I'm going to give you a breakdown with key announcements. The 12-hour window, it's going to focus on the lead up and immediate aftermath of the strikes, which began around 6:15 UTC. And by the way, hold on. Last Friday, if you're watching the Big Me Show, yours truly, right here, the guy that's speaking, me, George. I said we were hitting Iran that night or into Saturday morning. Boom.
I will confirm that is accurate. I was wrong.
You don't believe me? You could just go watch that show.
I said Iran's Monday or our Monday is what I thought. I thought it was going to happen on Sunday, their Monday, for a number of reasons. I thought that, but I was wrong. I'll take it on the hit. I was wrong.
You want to know something funny, though, Lance?
Polymarket and bet on George's information. You might be thanking old George right now.
You want to know something funny? Let me talk about this. Most people, probably everybody's not getting it, right? Remember I said, like, hey, probably be beneficial if you hit them right after the sun goes down because they fill themselves up?
Yeah.
And it'll be full. Well, guess what? Do you know that they wake up 4 a.m. and they fill themselves up before the sun rises? Well, do you know it's chronological? It's the same time when they got hit, I believe. Hit them on the full bellies, baby, because they ain't gonna do none.
Let's talk about that timeline, George, and kind of what happened in the crypto world along with it.
Okay, so from 0 to 6, you had pre-strike tensions build. I mean, there were really no major announcements, but there was rumors of the U.S. buildup, and you've seen all the ships and everything, and social media started going wild.
And
a lot of speculation.
Over, George, on that chart, if you scroll it in Notion, you'll see kind of what happened. where crypto was and kind of what it did.
Oh, we have a chart?
Yeah, but the chart, the way it is there, if you scroll over when it goes, you'll see that it talks about crypto price impact, but you have to move the chart over inside Notion to see what actually happened.
You talking about number 3 chart, Lance?
I don't think it has a number on it. It's not a graphic. It's
okay. I don't know. Well, just I don't know what how your notes are big or not. But anyway, so you had crypto price impact, right? So you had, this is now we call it pre-event. Bitcoin was 68,500.
Mm-hmm.
Ethereum, yeah, Lance, this is a chart. Hold on.
Yeah, that's it. You got it. You got the right spot. I'm already.
Yeah, but here's a chart. It's all in colors,
chart
right?
goes with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why you're confusing me, bro. Hush.
Well, the chart goes with the
Lance. I know. That's what I was trying to figure out, but you're confusing the hell out of me.
Okay.
So Bitcoin's in orange over there. Ethereum's in blue is 2,000. Solana's in green at $85. XRP $1.35 in red. And you had minor volatility from overnight trading. Then 6:15, the strikes begin. U.S.-Israeli launch. Operation Epic Fury. The roar of the lion. Explosions in Tehran. They targeted leadership, Kamali's compound, nuclear sites, yada, yada, yada. You had on social media, U.S. Central Command, which is CENTCOM, and Al Jazeera Live. They were all talking about it. So the initial flash crash starts. Bitcoin dips to 65,000. That's like 5%. Ethereum to 1950. That's 5%. Solana to $80, 6%. XRP to $1.32, 2%. And what do we got? The fear sell off as news hits wires. Everybody gets afraid. Ooh, let me run. Now, from 6:15 now, we're going to 6:27. That's like 12 minutes later. First reports of explosions in Tehran, smoke rising, casualties emerging, bodies laying there, whatever. You had a news agency, same thing, Al Jazeera, X, post, the dips accelerate. Yes, Bitcoin goes to 63,000. That's negative 8% from open. Ethereum is 1850. That's negative 10%. Solana $78. That's a negative 8. XRP $1.30, negative 4. All coins, they hit harder due to liquidity fears. See what fear does? Now from 6:27 to 6:45, Israel got on, confirms the strikes. Defense Minister Israel Katz announces operation to remove existential threats. Once again, it's on social media all over the place. Now, this is where we come to the bottom of the dip. Bitcoin holds 63,000 support, right? Ethereum, 1850. Solana, 78. XRP, 130. Volume spikes. On-the-chain outflows from exchanges signal panic. Oh my God, I'm going to lose. What's going to happen to crypto? Ain't nothing going to happen. I'm telling you right from now. Then you have 45 minutes later to 7:30. President Trump announced U.S. involvement via video on Truth Social. He confirmed the major combat operations to destroy Iran's military and urges regime change. Once again, you have it on the news, but let's get to the money. Rebound begins on hedged narrative. Bitcoin, 64,500, up 2%. Ethereum, 1,900, up 3%. Solana, $80, up 3%. XRP, $1.32, up 2%. Oil spike, up 13% to $85 a barrel. You know that's going to happen. Whenever there's wars, oil always goes up anyway, regardless where it's at. I'm telling you right from now. This ain't even a war. This is just a battle, by the way. People want to say war. This ain't a war. War takes all the time. So that $85 a barrel boosts inflation fears. And what is that going to do? It's going to favor Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana. That's right. Inflation does that. Half an hour later, from 8 to 9, Iran confirms the Ayatollah Khamenei's death. State media reports retaliation launches. Missiles at Israel, U.S. bases in Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, and Kuwait. Now, let me say something. Iran just went nuts with their missiles, shooting everywhere with no regard for their brothers over there or nothing. I mean, when do you see people shooting missiles at UAE? I can see, I mean, maybe not even Bahrain, but I can see Qatar, Kuwait. I can understand. But UAE? Come on.
Yeah. Interesting, isn't it?
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
what are you thinking? But anyway, and it gets worse with that. Volatility peaks, right? Bitcoin goes to 65,000. Ethereum 1920, slow to 81. XRP 133. Retaliation news causes secondary dip, but quick recovery on a 24/7 market resilience. That's right, people. From 9 to 10, regional escalations. Missiles intercepted over Dubai, Abu Dhabi, U.S. bases hit, airports close. And this is all over the news now. Axios, it's everywhere. It's like there's no hiding it. Steady climb now. Bitcoin 66,000. Interesting, right? You're saying, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's up 5% from the low. Ethereum 1950, another up 5%. Solana 82, XRP $1.34. Traders buy the dip, viewing crypto as an escape valve amid fiat turmoil. Now, did you hear what I just said? Traders buy the dip, viewing crypto as an escape valve amid fiat turmoil. Now, listen, my
I hate
friends.
those fiat currencies because, of course, they react. They
when you-
overreact.
when
a lot
you
of
look
times,
at-
dude.
And I'm talking these coins and these coins only. I'm not talking meme coins and the other bullshit stuff. When you're talking Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, you can rest assured if they go down, those pretty much are gonna go back up. So if you could buy in the dip, man. That's how these big people, money people make money, man. They buy into the dip. They ain't that. How do you think they're loaded and make that money? They know. I'm just passing on this information to you. You do what
No
you want.
doubt.
We don't give financial information. But so 10 to 11.
But we do give financial information. We don't give financial advice.
Advice. Yeah, all right. Yeah, true. All right, 10 to 11. UN Security Council emergency meeting. Guterres condemns strikes, of course. Global reactions pour in. Oh my God, what are you doing?
Oh, why would you do that? We'll just.
But meanwhile,
Eh.
they ain't showing you the positive global reactions.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
go to the Big Mig Show. You want to see more of that. Yeah, now you have live updates all over. So crypto, time to continue recovery, man. Bitcoin's now 67,000. Ethereum goes 1980, Solana 83, XRP 135. Now the correlation to oils and stocks loosens, showing crypto maturity. That's right. One of these days we ain't going to need oil. We probably don't need it now, but oil companies,
China
have too much
seems to be
influence.
well on their way with that. Lots of talk about that they've got.
I don't
their
know.
solar-
China's so you know who's hurting out of this, people? China. You know why? Because 50% of their oil came from Iran and the other 50% came from Venezuela. We all know what we did to Venezuela. Now you all see what we just did to Iran. You know,
Yeah.
Lance? Remind me tomorrow on the show.
Yeah.
I want to tell Democrats in Congress and the Senate to, go after Trump, threaten him. Keep threatening him. Because the last two guys that threatened him, where are they? Maduro's in jail and the other one's dead from missiles. Think about it, right? Maduro said, "Oh, come for me, this and that." What happened? We came from. Same thing with the Ayatollah. He talked
threatening.
talked
Didn't
a
go
lot
well.
of game. Well, he said, he gone.
Yeah.
So 11, 12 ongoing strikes. Iranian outflows surge. But listen to this number. 10 million plus from exchanges like Nobidex to BTC Ethereum. Closing strong now. Bitcoin 68,000. Plus 8% from the low. Ethereum 2,000. Solana $84. XRP 135. Full rebound by window end. Long-term bullish on February printing fears. So all those fears in the beginning, when we started at 6 o'clock, for nothing.
Yeah.
It's just the people are scared. Don't let them scare you. Don't let
Biggest
them
threat
do
were
it.
the people that sold and then maybe tried to buy back in, realizing they sold at a lower price, had to buy back in higher. And that's the psychology. This is a psychology tip. I want to give this to you guys. You got
Already gave it
to
to 'em.
use events like this to practice dip buying, like George said. You want to even journal your fear levels and review that stuff, because a lot of times you can see a bunch of people afraid. Here comes the rebound. You want to develop what I like to call emotional discipline in trading. You have to not get panicked. You see this, right? You see this news flow. Boom, major channels, Reuters, AI, Al Jazeera, Bloomberg, they're all coming. Oh my God, it started. Right? Got the Khomeini confirmed. Everybody starts reacting. Of course, those geopolitical shocks, they cause immediate 4 to 8% drops because, you got the big hedge funds. You got oh my God, we better sell. You never know what's going to happen. It's going to be like oil. But now oil does react to this kind of stuff because when you start talking about something as important as the Gulf oil, talk about the Strait of Hormuz. So oil spikes always fuel inflation fears because it's not really a fear. Historically, whenever oil goes up, here comes inflation. But, that's setting up the Fed printing, which is bullish for crypto because the Fed's going to print to try to control the inflation, which I don't agree with, right? The Federal Reserve doing what they do. But it's going to be bullish for crypto. So Brent crude on this news surged $85 a barrel when they talked about the Hormuz risk. All the stations came out, well, if they shut down the Strait of Hormuz, oil's going to do this. Well, a lot of people went long on oil knowing that. And a lot of people are saying it's very possible oil could go to anywhere to $100 to $125 a barrel. That's going to roll backwards because, of course, any kind of distribution of any kind of goods doesn't matter what we're talking about. Doesn't matter if we're talking about diesel or gasoline.
I mean, let me add this because the fear is because tankers can't get through the Strait of Hormuz, right? But if you watch it or paid attention to news or watch the Big Mig show, you'd know that all of Iranian's naval ships all have been sunken or are sitting at the bottom of the ocean. So now they just have like a couple little drones, little missiles, maybe, but they're working on that.
And as soon as fleet, I think they still got the mosquitoes too.
They have like more like little boats and stuff, whatever you want to call them. So I mean, but they're getting to that, and it's going to open wide open back up.
But here's what the market's saying. Let me go off with the market. I don't want to speculate. I think George is right. Let me say that. But look, higher energy costs have always caused hotter inflation. Because you look at all the Fed quarter, these moves that are going to happen. A lot of people are saying because of the moves that the Fed is going to have to take, because, the oil companies love this. They'll start saying, oh, our pipeline's going to be shut down. They love to raise the prices even when it isn't necessarily based on the truth. Well, Hayes is saying that because of that, Bitcoin's likely to go to 250,000 in 2026. Is it true? I don't know. Is the Strait of Hormuz really going to be shut down completely? I don't know. Can Iran even back up that claim? Probably not. George is probably right. But of course, Ethereum is going to benefit from staking yields in all these high rate worlds. People are going to want to stake. The rates are going to go up. XRP and Solana, those are efficient alternatives to fiat transfers and global uncertainty, right? Lower fees, lots of sectability across the entire SWIFT system. XRP is getting integrated more and more and more. And, all these spikes are very similar to the Ukraine war. If you look back at those historicals, those preceded crypto's rebound. And I think you have to expect parallels here. I don't know if this war is going to be over that quickly, especially if they declare jihad. I think that there's going to be a lot. And now, listen, just yesterday, Rubio came out and said, look, these things are going to heat up. You think you haven't seen anything yet. We're going to go all in. So you have to build this kind of hedge mindset. You always want to allocate 10 to 20% of your portfolio to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are inflation buffers. And you got to practice visualization. Imagine oil spikes as printing signals. If you see a spike in oil, know that these cryptos are going to go up, and that shift is going to, it's going to shift from fear to excitement. You're going to see something like that go down and go, oh man, that means oil is going to go up. It's an opportunity. You have to get your mindset around the positive, not, oh my God, it's dipping right now. If it's true, if oil goes up, it's always been standard that crypto has gone up along with it, not for the reason that they're attached, simply because of the global impact. So now you got to talk about tariffs, and I think the macro pressure that they're going to put crypto's borderless nature definitely shines in this case. 15% global tariff push? Yeah. Supreme Court caused it. They shouldn't have ruled. I think it was garbage. I don't know why anybody in Congress would ever want us not to have tariffs, but that's the kind of cowards and traitors we have in the congressional base. But that triggered a Bitcoin Ethereum dip below the key support levels, And then the recovery showed decoupling potential for the two assets. XRP was resilient. Ripple's Tech with their aid, of course, they're focused on this cross-border payment. They want to bypass all this tariff hit trade stuff. And Solana's speed, well, you guys know what that does. That's going to attract those devs fleeing the higher costs of other products. And then OKB, which is one I've been paying attention to a lot lately, that OKX exchange, that firm is on trading volume spikes during volatility. They've always gone up. So I think you have to start, thinking long term, right? You want protectionism is always going to boost blockchain innovation. So those top tokens are always going to be hedges against fiat devaluation. I'm not excited about the potential of the US dollar. We're still $40 trillion in debt. When you have a fiat currency, you have to always be concerned, but I think that that's where crypto shines. So whenever there's, tariff is always going to integrate uncertainty, right? Because everybody goes, oh my God. And then everybody goes FOMO, fear of missing out, or FUD. They're setting up these rule-based investing. And I think you have to think about predefined entry points. If you think Bitcoin's a good value at 65,000, well, then don't dick around, stick to it. If it hits 65,000 and you want to enter at 65,000, then don't resell yourself. Build some psychological resilience. If you have studied Bitcoin and you said, or if you studied XRP and said, I think XRP is an incredible buy at $1.30. Well, when it hits $1.30, pull the trigger. Don't sit there and reanalyze. You knew that the Iran war was probably coming. This shouldn't have surprised you. It was all over the news. And George was right. If you'd watched our show, you probably would have got the inside tip of inside tips. George stuck to his guns. I wasn't convinced he was right, but he was. You could have bet both of our positions, for example, on Polymarket and taken off the Mondays. That would have been betting on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You could have bet a very minimal amount of money and won $3,000, $4,000. You could have probably bet a couple of $100. You could have bet $800 of the positions and ended up with a $4,000 or $5,000 win probably. So I'm saying that, there is a lot of real world value in watching our other show, but the real world escape valve, outflows are going to surge in crisis zones. So, for example, Iran has been mining a shitload of Bitcoin at a very low price, below $2,000. My understanding, they mine Bitcoin about $1,300, $1,400. Why? Because they've got state subsidized power. They're stealing the power from the government and the people of Iran. Of course, they don't pay for the power. They get it for free. Yeah, they can mine Bitcoin cheaply. Now, Iranian exchanges like Novitex, they saw a 10+ million outflow post of those strikes. Why? Well, a lot of people were moving money, and those users were converting to Bitcoin and Ethereum for capital flight. They were moving money out of the banks and into Novitex and right into Bitcoin and Ethereum because they thought, holy shit, I better get my money out of the country. Now, that proves the utility. And then, of course, you got XRP for fast remittances, Solana for cheap DeFi escapes, and OKB for exchange perks in volatile regions. Of course, people are thinking about the possibility of staking and getting revenue, the people that might have to flee Iran. Some of them are the criminals that run the administration. Some of them are just good business people. So the global adoption metrics has really changed. 3 million hourly spikes in Iran outflows, 3 million an hour. So that just goes to show you crypto's actual role that's developing, that when a fiat currency fails or an administration fails that has a fiat currency, you're going to see a tremendous outflow into crypto. What's that going to do? It's going to drive prices up. Doesn't take a genius. So these applications, you have to think that crypto, people view it as their personal escape hatch. Think about your wallet setup. Think about quick transfers. You want to practice simulated crises. Kind of see your mindset. Where am I at? How am I going to reduce my anxiety? How am I not going to go FOMO? Oh, I got to sell. Oh my God, did you hear what Al Jazeera just said? You got to basically get back, step back from the forest to see the trees. So you want to avoid those knee-jerk sells. You want to use dips to accumulate, right? And stick with the majors. George is right. Not any of that bullshit meme coin stuff. Don't look for some quick win. Buy the solid assets. Buy Bitcoin. A lot of people call it digital gold. Buy Ethereum. Buy XRP. Buy Solana. Think about OKB. And diversify. Ethereum is your tech bet. XRP and Solana are your utility plays. And OKB is your exchange exposure. And then monitor on chain. Watch the whale accumulations. Watch whale sells. And remember, oil goes up, crypto goes up. And then think about those Fed signals for entry points. Is the Fed going to lower interest rates? Are they going to print more dollars? Those are things that you could use. You could probably even use AI to create a little tracking tool if you wanted to. So listen, stable coins bridged via XRP or Solana are going to preserve value during fiat turmoil. So you got to think about what's out there that allows you to do that. And of course, risk management is 80% mental. You have to use, they say you should use tools like meditation apps. Take a deep breath. Pause before you make fast decisions. trading journals to maybe track some of the reasons and how you reacted, because maybe this time you reacted in the wrong way. Make some notes. Yeah, I was really wound up. Maybe you had a cocktail. Maybe you smoked some dope. I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know what you did to react to it, but whatever you did, maybe it wasn't the right move. You're the only one that knows that. You're the only one that knows if you lost money on this. And then set a bunch of if then. If oil hits 90, then review your portfolio for, rebalancing. If interest rates are driven, down or up, decide when that happens. You're going to take abstract knowledge, you're going to turn it into habitual wins if you do it. And this kind of pattern is where you want to be. Listen, this kind of warfare is always going to affect the markets, right? You're going to see these Iran strikes. And we already broke down all those strikes. You got to think about how they compare to past crises. Right now, the death toll for the U.S. is 800, and the U.S., I think, has lost 6. Right now, Iran's Red Crescent, I don't know if it's true, it says 787 civilians have died. I don't know, but of course, that's going to definitely affect human costs. Human lives always affect market fears. Here's the deal. Analyze your reactions and think about all those reactions, what you did this time, and then use them instructively. There's lots of free tools out there for trading views. You can do overlays. You can check on geopolitical news. There's a lot of products that are like Palantir now. You can look at hotspots. You can look at the reactions. Are we going to strike harder? And, things like tariffs. You got to watch all the different news that's coming out on tariffs. And worry. And George said it best. There's a product that we've recommended on the show, and nobody really recognizes how valuable that product is. On the break, pay attention to the commercial, because it really is a great product, especially if you don't want to be a person making these kind of decisions, that you want experts. So remember this. People are saying right now that all this turmoil could turbocharge these top cryptos. So they say prolonged war equals Fed printing. You heard about Hayes. He's talking about higher numbers on Bitcoin. So a quick end to the conflict could, of course, risk and could be on that surge. You could get some downside risk. Prolonged war, Fed prints. Non-prolonged war, Fed doesn't print. Bitcoin as digital gold is evolving. There's a limited supply. People believe it's that. Right now, that's the perception. Ethereum upgrades, of course, it's inflation resistant because of the upgrades that are built into the Ethereum chain. XRP's regulatory wins. Adoption's going global like gangbusters. Solana has improved their speed. So these are the top tokens you really got to keep in mind. And, if you deeper dive and you start really analyzing, you're going to see a real correlation between oil, stocks, and crypto. When you look at oil and stocks that dropped, 0.4 to 0.7 pre-25, that showing a maturing independence, the crypto kind of operates not because of what they did, but in action to what occurred. So you just have to think about investing growth. You want to calculate your personal resilience. And I think there's always actionable plays. You want to navigate and profit from volatility. So you have to think about hedging. You have to think about that oil watch. We told you about that. Think about strategies. Internet outages in Iran, of course, that can contract markets temporarily. Because, of course, you want to prep for that situation with offline wallets. In their case, they're in the middle of it. If we started to have stuff here, you might really think about an offline wallet, because who knows if the internet's going to go down here in the U.S. if all of a sudden that Iran was telling the truth and we started seeing terrorist attacks here in the United States from, these Iranian sleeper cells they say are here. Having your tokens offline could be a big move for you. So, I think Tehran, tariffs, these are, you got explosions, you get tantrums. I think the world's a chaotic place. But the top cryptos that we've mentioned just now, they're surviving, but they're also thriving. And they are positioning themselves as the ultimate escapes from fiat fragility. So, oil spiking, wars raging, potential Fed printing on the horizon. I think these assets are all coiling for explosive moves. Could Hayes be right? Might be, George. What do you think?
What, in that bold Bitcoin prediction? I think he's wrong. But you got to remember, during conflicts and stuff, people or media, they're gonna sow chaos into you guys, and they want to. There's big money interests out there that want to cause confusion and chaos amongst the public, because they thrive off of that.
Yeah.
So just don't let it happen. Don't fear. Don't get so scared.
Yeah.
It's going to be all right. You know, you're talking about Iran, a small country, and they should listen. They screwed up because they just fired missiles on countries, and we're talking Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Qatar,
Britain.
Britain's base in Kuwait, and now they all these countries want to get involved. And Lance was talking about tariffs earlier, so I'll give you an instance. So the country of Spain did not want to let us use our air base there to land our bombers, refuel, and do whatever they need to do, and then go to Iran. They didn't want no part of it. Okay, no problem. Either did England. But since England got bombed, they're like, oh no, now they're letting us use them. You know what Trump did? He just put Spain on like an economic, I don't know what's the right word, but
sanction.
Like he's putting tariffs. He's doing something where he's allowed to do it. And you know, if you want to be like that, Spain, fine, be like that. We have other partners.
Well, doesn't England deserve the same behavior though, George?
No, they're letting us use it now. So I think for England, it was just more like, optics, where they're saying, oh, look, we're not going to get involved. We're not going to let them. But behind the scenes, I think they were, fully involved with us and stuff. It's just for them optics. But what is what it is. But, remember, don't be afraid. Don't worry about it. Things always bounce back. Look at gold. The gold went down a little bit. It always goes back up. Same thing with Bitcoin at times, with your certain cryptos and stuff, like Solana, XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, your top movers. I got to be honest with you guys. I'm shocked that XRP is at where it's at. It's not higher. All the moves they've been making.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. Something's going on. Lance, we got to take a break, though, real quick.
Let's do it, brother. I'm ready. Okay, we're going to take a short break here on the Crypto Power. I'll be right back with Lance Migliaccio, George Ballantine. You know how we do it. In crypto, we trust, baby. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Lots of stories to cover. We'll be coming right back. 1.2 million Iran strike bets spark insider trading concerns on Polymarket. Uh-oh. There it is. Insider trading, not inconsistent with lots of news we've heard. We'll be right. Stay tuned.
Don't go nowhere.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.
Cool.
All right, welcome back to the Crypto Power Hour, powered by Solum Global. Here with your host, Lance Migliaccio. Yours truly, George Ballantine, bringing you, I don't know what we're bringing right now. We're bringing a lot of stuff, news and stuff. I just realized I got to change something. Hold on. There we go. The mirror, because it says God wins. Anyway, Crypto Mafia in the chat, Crypto Army. So if you're watching and listen, if you can join the chat, please say hello. The moderators in there welcome you to the family properly. And if you can, hit the thumbs up like button. Come on, man. Hit the follow button. Share this on your social media. Invite your friends and help them educate on crypto. And if you can subscribe for $5 a month, we truly appreciate it. Helps us out with overhead and every little thing. But like I was talking about earlier with the volatility with Bitcoin, and for the people that can't watch their crypto 24/7, Lance and I want to tell you about a little something. It's called BlockTrustIRA.com. They're bringing access to cryptocurrency wealth to everyday people. Their exclusive Animus AI trading platform works 24/7, analyzing market data and executing advanced crypto strategies that go far beyond buy and hold. Now, this is sophisticated technology that was once reserved only for Wall Street insiders. Guess what? Now it's available to you. And it's no surprise that this system, listen to this, was named #1 crypto technology platform by Bitcoin Magazine out of more than 1,500 global competitors. And clients are already seeing over 250% returns on their investments. All with military-grade security and up to $200 million insurance. Your wealth is fully protected. So don't wait. Visit bigmigcrypto.com today and see how you can join this financial revolution. Once again, visit bigmigcrypto.com and you can get up to $2,500 of free crypto. That's right, $2,500. QR code's right there on the screen. Take a screenshot, save it to your photo files. But go there later, not now, because we have more stuff to talk about. When I say stuff, we're talking about, volatility. We're talking about fear. People instill fear and they, sell their crypto, they buy back the dips and all that. Well, guess what? 1.2 million Iran strike bets spark insider trading concerns on Polymarket. Interesting, right? Well, hold on. Let me talk about this. Hold on, Lance. Let me put the graphic and then we're just going to, we can discredit this anyway. 6 anonymous crypto accounts profited hours before U.S.-Israel strikes, raising questions about fairness and possible insider knowledge. Well, guess what? I said this on Friday night. So you're telling me if I would have opened a Polymarket account and put a bet in that I'm now insider trader knowledge? Nah. All you got to do is put the pieces together. It's not that hard. You could do it. So, I don't know. They say, all right, maybe it's a little suspicious, Lance. I don't know, because there were 6 newly created anonymous crypto wallets. Well, anonymous is what is, hold on, but crypto wallets, it's supposed to be anonymous anyway. That's the whole point of crypto and everything.
The problem is there was a pattern here. They were all brand new wallets.
So what?
Place these bets or recent wallets. Hey, look, I think it's suspicious. You can call what it is. I think there's some red flags here. I'm not saying they're all red flags. Maybe there was a George Valentine in the mix, but I also think the timing was uncanny.
Lance, could it be possible that maybe one or two of these people were watching the Big Mig show on Friday and just went to their friends? You got to watch the show. You got to listen to this guy, George. Man, he sounds convincing. Let's do it. What do we got to lose? Couple dollars? But boom.
There's a company called Bubble Maps, which does blockchain analytics, and they flag these bets as highly suspicious due to their precision and the account's short existence. Now, of course, none of the accounts have been publicly identified. There are people that, who knows, it could have been Democrats. Some of the Democrats have expressed outrage, and saying there needs to be urging stronger oversight. Let me finish. But, this is legal. At the end of the day, I don't think necessarily it's wrong. And listen, George, you're right. They could have watched you on the show. Somebody could have been confident enough that you said it.
I'm gonna debunk this right now for this Bubble Maps with all that. You remember a week ago where you wanted me to open up a Polymarket account wallet and put a bet in, thinking Iran was going to strike, and I said no, it's not for this timing. Well, if we would have did that, or if I would have did it Friday, would I have been part of this story?
I don't know.
Well. There you go, because
we would have already had the Polymarket account from the losing bet had we opened it up.
But I didn't open it up, though.
No, but had we done it, we would have lost. And we might have had that history. Bubble Maps based it on a lot of movement. They talk about timing. They look at the...
let's say we would open an account Friday, though.
Let me finish. They look at the length of the crypto wallet. I'm not saying you might not be right. I'm just saying that I'll bet that some of these were insiders.
I mean, it's possible, but
I'm not saying they're all insiders. Some of them could have watched the show. I agree.
Or let's say we decided to continue with the process and did it Friday.
Yeah.
Man, I would have been in that. I could have been in that story, and it would have been laughable because
had we done it Friday, I would have but I would have done something different, which might have not had Bubble Match say we were part of an inside. I would have said, let's do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Let's do $100 each, because we would have made still way more than we bet. If we were that confident, we probably should have, and that would have probably covered all the bases. And of course, we wouldn't have looked like we had insider information. So who knows? But hey, it is what it is. I'm happy those guys made the money. I hope they never have to pay any consequences. I think, look, Nancy Pelosi does it constantly. If somebody else in D.C. or somebody else in the military is doing it, God bless them. Because my thing is, if you're not going to enforce the law against these members in Congress, insider trading, then I don't think insider trading should apply to everybody. I think it should just be a free-for-all. Let's all go in. So I hope these guys enjoy the money. I hope they buy new cars or new homes or invest the money in their future. God bless them. That's what I think. Let's talk about altcoins, George.
Let's talk about it. Altcoin capulation deepens as capitulation, whatever. Capitulation.
Capiche, George. It's capitulation.
Listen, vocabulary stuff wasn't my strongest suit. I had ADHD. I had reading comprehensions problems growing up. I still do, but hey.
Capiche, George. Capiche.
Altcoin. I can't even say the word now.
Capitulation
deepens as 38% of tokens trade near ATL. What are we talking about? Well, crypto quant data shows 38% of altcoins are trading close to an all-time lows.
Whoa!
This is a deeper drawdown than during the post-FTX unwinding phase. Uh-oh.
And I think it's an opportunity, but that's my own opinion.
So analyst Dark Force describes this as the largest regression of altcoins observed during this cycle. They're highlighting persistent structural pressure on non-Bitcoin assets. While Bitcoin holds near recent highs, well, I don't know about that, but dispersion between majors and smaller caps has widened, with altcoin underperformance pointing to weak liquidity and selective risk appetite. Well, I mean, what was this whole segment about? People with the fear, selling off, they're worried, but things bounce back. I think it's just another fear thing, but I don't know. What do you think, Lance? You think it's going to bounce?
I think it's going to bounce. And I think here's the thing, George and I think about crypto for the next 5-10 years. It's really the window we look at when we discuss it. My thing is, look, if this guy's telling you that it's an all-time low and you have some extra cash, I'm not telling you to bet the farm. This isn't financial advice. And you already have some crypto, then dollar cost average down. I had a couple of friends call me, oh man, XRP's down. I said, hopefully you bought some more. 2 of them said yes, 2 of them said no. I said, well, it is what it is. You either got to believe in the product or you don't. I'm not telling you what to do. And they were like, well, you really, I said, I don't think anything. I said, here's what I think. I'm going to dollar cost average. That's what George and I are doing. We're always trying to buy at a lower price. That's it. Buy at the lower price. It's up to you. And I think these are awfully low, because if you take even during the FTX time period when crypto took that hit because of SBF, that little bitch, right then when that happened, great opportunity for an entry point. It surged from there. I don't think we've seen anything yet. My opinion is these prices are extremely low for the amount of growth and acceptance in the institutional market. The fact that we've got regulation coming along, the fact that all these companies, other than Bitcoin, have really improved their infrastructure. Doesn't that infrastructure have a value? The fact that Ripple is making these moves all over the globe,
guess what?
Shouldn't it be more valuable?
Well, guess what? To add to all this, Visa just rolled out stablecoin backed cards in 100 plus countries via Stripe's bridge. Well, what?
That's more good news.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Global payments giant Visa expanding its partnership with Stripe. And they're going to more than 100 countries. What's that telling you? Crypto is here to
crypto
stay.
is going mainstream. And the more mainstream they go, the more valuable these assets are going to be. And again, George is right. Don't buy the junk. Focus on the quality companies that have quality products. I'm not going to go out and buy the junk. I'm going to try to continue to buy the stuff that George and I believe in, that we do our own research. And do your own research. AI is a powerful tool. You don't need to wait. I mean, sure,
what's
come to
funny?
the show. Yeah.
Hold on,
What's
I got to
funny?
say this.
No, George, what's funny?
This growth in this partnership, right? They plan to extend coverage throughout Europe, Asia Pacific, Africa, and guess where else? The Middle East by the end of 2026. I guess they're not worried about the little Iran conflict we're going on right now with U.S. and Israel and all the other Arab countries going on. I mean, come on. What does that tell you, people?
The staking is going to continue to happen. The assets are going to continue to be more widely accepted across the globe. Global acceptance adds value. You have to think about that. And do I think that some of these tokens might have a token burn in their future? I've talked about it many times. I think eventually Ripple, when they decide what the real number is, you might see a major token burn. The point is this. You got to think about where the infrastructure is going, not where it is now. What's it going to be like if it already grew so much from when FTX's meltdown happened, right? When SBF screwed the pooch, right? It's already grown so much from then. Where's it going to be a year from now? Where's it going to be 2 years from now? 3 years, 5 years? That's the question. If you think it's here to stay and you think it's going to grow, then you've got to double down. If you think it's not, if you think this is a temporary, some kind of a temporary, thing that just came up and that the world isn't going to then maybe you're right. I don't think it's temporary. I think the DeFi and blockchain and decentralized finance is here to stay. And that's my take. And those are my last words. George, I think we're out of time, aren't we?
We are. I was going to say, close this out.
All right. So here we are. Listen, if you love the show, here's how you support us. You can throw us a Rumble Rant tip on the way out the door. Throw us a 20. What the hell? You can do the $5 subscription. You come here every Wednesday and Friday. You get the show. You're getting $5 a month. You're supporting the show. Or you can use that wallet, that Rumble crypto wallet. Come on in there. We're still trying to get some Bitcoin in there, or get any other token. Hit us up if you like the show. And let Chris Pavlovsky know. He runs by Chris Pavlovsky over on X. Get over into his account. I think he has Chris on X. Is that right, George? Is it Chris on X? I think it's Chris.
Just put Chris Pavlovsky. He'll come in.
Go over there, find him. Tell him you love the crypto power. You'd like to see more of it. Tell him you love the Big Mig Show. Join us at 11 a.m. today. Remember, every Wednesday and Friday, this show's on Rumble, our top platform. All right, we love you guys, man. We appreciate you, and thanks for tuning in, George.
All right. We'll see you guys at 11 a.m. today. Oh, wait a minute, Lance. It's hump day. Well, I call it
hump week. It's hump day.
Hump week. Stop.
Hump day. Hump day.
We'll see you guys later, 11 a.m. God bless.
Bye.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At cspoa.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.